What is going on, y'all? Today we're going to go ahead and go over the four pillars. This is what the Air Force teaches you or taught me when I was in the Air Force. It's what they teach all the airmen. It's basically the four pillars going to be mental, physical, social, and spiritual. And what you want to do is kind of go through these each in your own life and figure out, what you can do better in each of them. Or maybe, hey, I'm missing one of these, right? So you're like, all right, well, maybe my spiritual's off, right? Maybe you're not connected properly with God, or what have you, or maybe socially, right? Maybe you just ain't been hanging out with friends, or you don't have someone you can talk to, bounce ideas off of. So it kind of helps guide you in the right direction, just a general basis. So we'll go ahead and go over them, what they are, what each one is, and then how you can kind of adapt it in your own life. So basically, you got the mental. It's the ability to effectively cope with unique mental stressors and challenges. So obviously, you need to have the right mental health, right? So if you're going through life and your mental health is off. If your mental health has ever been off, then you know that it is a huge issue and you need to get that fixed. Like you need to have awareness, adaptability, decision making, positive thinking. Like these are all things that kind of help with the mental aspect of it. And if it comes down to it, maybe you need to go see someone or go talk to someone. You can go do that as well. But that also kind of ties back into like the social aspect of it, where if your mental health isn't maybe as spot on as it should be, you could talk to a friend, right? And maybe that's enough to bring your mental health back up and increase your social pillar at the same time. So each of them are kind of like, think of it kind of like bars, I guess, kind of like little energy bars, right? So, if you ever played The Sims, like their social bar goes down, then you go talk to someone. It's kind of the same thing in real life. Same thing with like physical. So physical is the ability to adopt and sustain healthy behaviors needed to enhance health and well-being. Endurance like running, recover properly. Well, being able to recover properly, eating the right nutrition, and strength training. I mean, these are all very important. And the physical pillar, right? By increasing your physical pillar, it's going to increase your mental pillar as well, because having that physical toughness, you kind of prove to yourself, hey, I can do this tough thing. I went through this hard challenge. Now my mental health is actually better because of my physical health. So, everything, they all kind of somewhat tie into each other. And if you have all of the pillars, going up in the right direction, then that's going to basically help overall with all the pillars. Good God, this fly. Um, so yeah, there's the mental, physical. So now we'll go over social. The ability to engage in healthy social networks that promote overall well-being and optimal performance. This is communication, connectedness, social support, and teamwork. So this is just even as minimal as just going to work and interacting with coworkers, right? Hopefully you have a coworker or two that you actually enjoy hanging out with or talking to. Um, that just don't know the heck out of you. That's always great. Mar, I'm trying to record a video. Relax. Connectedness, call some family or whatever, what have you. Make sure you have a strong social support, social network as well. You need to have a good group of friends, or at least one or two friends that you can talk to and hang out with, bounce ideas off of. Or even having a good partner. Having a good partner is great. That helps with your social connection as well. You always have that base partner at home. Or even having, dogs. If you got dogs around, you can't necessarily communicate with them, but, you can talk at them. And they'll always listen to what you got to say. So, there's that. And then teamwork, having a good team. If you have a good team around you, good group of people, that's going to help you out a lot as well. And then spiritual. It's the ability to adhere to beliefs, principles, or values needed to preserve and prevail in accomplishing missions. This is core values. This is perseverance, perspective, and purpose. So if you don't have a purpose, you feel kind of lost. That's going to weigh on your mental health. So this is kind of how everything ties back into each pillar. Not having a purpose can be very detrimental, especially to many young men and women. You need a purpose in life. You need to have a goal. You need to have proper perspective, and you need to be able to, obtain that goal. So you don't want to just be floating around in life aimlessly, because that sucks. And if you don't have a goal, that can lead to depression. or purpose that often does lead to depression. So perseverance, you need to be able to persevere, and this could come in many forms. Praying. Lots of people pray. If you believe in God, praying to God, it can help you overcome certain things in life. Send that prayer to the big man upstairs, and maybe he'll come back and help you out with that, and guide you in the right direction or what have you. I think that everything kind of happens for a reason, so you know. Being able to talk to someone else and persevere is good. And if you don't believe in God or whatever religion you do believe in, you know um, you know you can make those prayers. And if you don't believe in God, then maybe you can do things like yoga or find whatever your core values are and kind of latch onto those and latch onto your purpose. But either way, like there is spiritual means, maybe you got some hippie rocks or what have you. I don't know. Everyone does their own thing. I'm not judging, but whatever it is you do is great. But you have to be spiritually aligned in order to, go out and do your social, your physical, your mental, and everything just kind of ties in together and groups up. And if you have all of your pillars working towards the right direction, you should be doing pretty well. If your mental health is good, your physical health is good, you got a good peer group, and you're good with the Lord or whatever spiritual, reality that it is you're in is good. I mean, you're basically set as a human being. Like, that's great. So, kind of go over these, mental, physical, spiritual, social. Look in your own life, and if one of them, isn't quite right, maybe try to go ahead and focus and fix that. And that might help with some of the other pillars, especially if you're lagging somewhere. And the big one, too, is purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you need to find one, and it's okay. I also didn't have a purpose. I felt lost in life. And what I did personally is I was traveling for work, and I had a little bit of free time, and I drove a couple hours away to this big mountain. I hiked all the way up to this group of mountain, up this mountain with a group of friends. We got to the top, and we just stood up there for a while, and I just was just overlooking this beautiful view with my friends, and it felt great. And I sent a prayer to the big man upstairs, and it wasn't immediate. Like it wasn't immediate, but I went back, and it was probably like a week or two after that. It was like boom, like I know what I need to do now. So I'm not saying you got to go on this long, arduous track or journey to find your purpose, but that's what I had to do. I felt very lost, and after I did that with my group of friends, it kind of helped me figure out what it is that I wanted to do in life and in the path that I want to pursue. So find your path, find your purpose, have your core values, know what is important to you, and then you can take that and you can go really long ways with that. So that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the four not the four core values. Those are the four pillars of health, wellness, whatever you want to call it, that the Air Force teaches you. They make sure that everyone, they kind of harp on that before you deploy, because you got to make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you leave. So, if it can work for the military, it could probably work for you as well. I mean, it's pretty much universal for everyone. So that's it. Hopefully, that kind of helps. If it did, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. If you have any questions, put them down below. I try to answer as many of them as I can. And if you have any other like video ideas or questions that you want me to go in further with a new video, I can do that as well. So just leave that in the comments. And yeah, that's it. I hope you'll have a great day. See ya.